Hello, hello, Stephanie Zima here from Walk It Free, where we heal, connect, and level up. It's a mentorship community, in case you don't know that and you're not following me. If so, subscribe, please. It's a mentorship community, and we offer a whole bunch of different things from one on one coaching to group coaching to any kind of personal development and life improvement that you could be looking for. Okay, because I believe that you are worth it. I believe that when we heal what's broken, our root causes, when we connect with ourselves and others, we level up not just our life, but everyone around us. And this week, we're going to be talking a little bit about reflection. We're going to be talking about what 2023 was about and what we are going to need to do for 2024 in, to just kind of do exactly that. So, first of all, my year was really kind of the whirlwind. I had to sit back for a second and think, what did I all do good, right? And what, like, the first thoughts that are always coming to mind is the bad stuff. Oh, I had this bad happening. I had this bad happening. I had this bad happening. Come on. I mean, you know it, right? We are always, our brain wants to go into the disaster areas, into the things that went wrong or that were tough, or, that's what we want to do. Why do we do that, by the way? Have you ever asked yourself? We do that because our brain is hardwired to look for trouble. Our brain is hardwired to look for the bad things because that's what kept us safe when we were cave people. When we were cave people, we needed to be always very mindful of the things that were going wrong. So even now, it's just part of our genetics. It's part of what we do. We are looking at things and we are thinking to ourselves, like, this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad. And unless you are training yourself to intentionally looking for the good, chances are you're going to only look for the bad. So, secondly, then I was thinking, I'm like, oh, what did I all do this year? I traveled a lot. I, did a lot of stuff with my kids. I did a lot of stuff for my business. I mean, I ended up having public speaking engagements and it was just a really great year of growth and everything else, right? But sometimes we just want to get stuck in this. So the power of overcoming here is the takeaway that I want you to see. The power of overcoming. You have to overcome the negative, the first initial thought of looking at the bad, right? Looking at the bad all the time and having that forefront of your attention. So many things these days are fighting for our attention. I mean, the moment you start your phone in the morning, right? You are on your phone and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and I mean, there's attention everywhere, and we are being pulled in all these different directions. When in fact, we need to learn again how to be in control of the attention that we want to give. Now, how do we get to be in control of the attention that we want to give? Simple, by intentional living. And that is my first step, overcoming the impulse to always look at the bad, right? That is what I teach in my Walk It Free mentorship challenge, by the way. It's like I teach how to intentional live, how to keep our focus and stay in control of our focus. And why is that important? It's important because we need to create more happy memories in our mental, mindful awareness. Okay. We cannot always think about the bad things. We need to mentally create the happy moments, the things that are really mattering in the end of our life. Right? I mean, so many marketing pieces, you see it. You see everybody saying, what matters? Live a life with no regret. What matters in the end? What do you want to feel like when you are on your deathbed, right? All those things, those are snippets of what it's really all about. What it's really all about is the moments that you have with a person, the moments that you have with your children, the moments that you have with yourself, the mindful, active situations and experiences and adventures that you are having in your life. That is what makes a fulfilled life. If you ask any older person, What do they remember most? Usually it's not money. Money is a means to getting to something. What is the something? The something is memories, adventures, experiences. That's why people love travel so much, because they're making experiences. They're having things that they are looking forward to. So we need to create more of that joy. And in order to create more of joy, you even need to find out what brings joy to you. Okay. Because when you think about it, I love whitewater rafting. I think I love it. I mean, I have never experienced it. I want to experience it. I have a desire to do it. I don't know if I like it or not. Maybe I won't like it. But it's something that I have in my mind. It's something that I want to do. When I think this is going to be amazing and I'm looking forward to it. Other people might say like, "Ooh, that's the least thing that would not bring me any joy," and they want to do something else. So the key is to figure out what is your happy memories, what is your happy moments, okay? And that brings me to the section of assessing your life and your perspective. Too many of us, right, are not taking the time to assess what we really want to do with our life. We just kind of like live through this hustle and bustle, and we just kind of go and go, 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 go. And then we're fulfilling the script that we have been told and taught by people that raised us in our environment. I mean, usually you are being taught to go to school and do those things and get a job and go to college and yada yada yada. But the reality is, not everybody who goes to college is getting a good job, right? The reality is that now with AI, we have a whole different new set of problems, or blessings, either way you want to look at it. So life is changing and shifting all the time, okay? All the time. So we have to be able to develop skills that let us pivot, that let us assess, that let us become curious, that let us develop the ways that are meaningful to us. Okay? Because the things that are really becoming meaningful are usually the same over generations. Like when you look back into the history of time, you know, what really brought meaning to people was usually connection, was usually relationships, was usually health. And yes, money is also meaningful because without money, you're not able to live. Okay. You have to pay rent, right? You need to have enough money to pay rent or a mortgage or whatever. You have to you have to have money to buy food. You want to have good food, right? All these things, I mean, you have to have money. So, um, saying that, so then that leads me to the next step here. So, the next step is taking the action and creating a legacy. I remember when I first heard about creating a legacy, I thought business. I thought business has to be in the legacy business and network marketing and online entrepreneurship. A lot of people are talking about building the legacy. And sometimes you could think that's for you, and sometimes you could think that's not for you. And, so you dismiss because legacy is like super big. You could dismiss it. But when you're thinking, what could your legacy be? Your legacy can be this cookie recipe tradition that you're passing on to your child, or the memory of baking with you in the kitchen over and over every Sunday, all the time. Those are legacies that you're bringing in. But look at the reality, and I'm not saying that to blame anyone. I'm saying it for you to start thinking about your life. Okay. What are we doing right now? I am guilty as charged too, unless I intentionally put in moments. So here's what happens: kids coming back from school, here's your dinner, here's this, here's that. I got to do this. Work is calling me for this, yada, yada, yada. I'm running, 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 not now, not now, not now, telling my children, and then get in the car and we are going to sports. Right? That is the life of every American family right now that are having children that are in sports. There's never really enough time to have good conversation unless you are making it happen. So when you are sitting in the car and like you just zoning out because you're exhausted yourself, and your children are just going to watch TV or on their devices or anything, there's no room for you to have connection. Okay? Because everyone minds their own business and we are being sucked into technology, right? But if you say you want to be intentional about it and you are looking at an intentional connection moment, then you can have conversation in the car. Hey, let's do high lows. What was your high of the day? What was your low of the day? What was your high, you know, last week? What would you like to do next week? Like, you can ask questions. You can connect with your children in the time that you're driving, right? When you go grocery shopping, I see so many people that are putting that devices in front of their kids. Those are prime opportunities to speak to your children, to teach them, to talk to them, to educate them. Okay. And it is our responsibility. That is what I'm saying about legacy. It's our responsibility as parent to find the energy, deal with your health. If you don't have energy, gut health, for example, is really helpful. Deal with your energy, deal with your exercise, deal with your health. If you need recommendations, let me know. I will be able to help you. Um, but you need to find the energy that you can connect with your children, because that is where your legacy is going to go. Anything that you are doing with them will create an imprint on them, will write their paradigm. Okay. So if you don't like them to go through what you're going through and fighting through your life, you need to become intentional with what you are doing so that they can have a different paradigm. Okay. And you have to just, in closing here, you have to take the action, is what it is. You have to take the action. You have to raise your awareness. You have to take care of your health and your energy and yourself first. And then through that, you have to become intentional about what you want your legacy to look like. What do you want your children to take away with them when you die? Have you ever thought about this? I know this is, I mean, usually unless we have been asked this question or we have been faced with someone's death, we really don't ask ourselves these questions. What do we want intentionally to pass on? Okay. We're talking about our money or our things or something as heirlooms or whatever. But like what you're needing to be more concerned is what ways of behavior are you passing on to your child? And how can you take action? I know you're busy. I'm busy too. But how can you take action today to feel better, to elevate your life, to heal what's broken inside of you, your root causes, your trauma, your shadows? That needs to be healed, not with medication, not with like, it needs to be acknowledged. The way how you heal things, these wounds that you are carrying with yourself. And, trust me, everyone does. Okay. It's not just me and it's not just you. It's everyone who has these wounds, because, I mean, no parent is ever perfect. I mean, let's face it, right? So we have these wounds, and the way how we heal them is by seeing them, naming them, feeling and acknowledging that emotion, and learning how to actually sit with it and process the emotions, and then loving ourselves enough to come up with a strategy that is deserving of who we are and what we want to do. And then we are learning how to become assertive. And then we learn how to master the gap, right? The gap is like all the life things that are happening. The family that doesn't listen, the kids that are too excited because they had too much sugar and parties and all that kind of stuff, and the husband who always does whatever he wants, and the neighbor who, like, I mean, you name it. Like, life is different for everyone, but everyone has the gap. Everyone has things in their gap that are lurking around the corner, and they are trying to prevent you from making things happen. But key here is to learn to navigate it, to make it yours, to filter out the happy moments, to filter out the moments that you want to remember, and to make time for what is really important. That is so key. And I wish that I would have known that earlier, but I am super grateful that I know it now. in my 40s. I know it in my 40s because you know what? I have so much time left. God willing, I have so much time left to not only make my life of the dreams happening, but also I'm having an opportunity to let my kids already learn the very same system now. What do they want to do? Guys, can you imagine if somebody would have done that for you? If you would have known in your teens, in your tweens, in your, if you would have known a system that will let you win, that will let you feel great, that will let you navigate this life of ever changing uncertainty with certainty, because you can be certain that you can figure it out, right? That becomes priceless, doesn't it? So, if that is something that you're interested in, wanting to learn this, getting into 2024, remember, Walk It Free mentorship community has price levels as low as $49 at the moment. But what I really encourage you to do is to take advantage of that yearly program, especially since we're at the end of the year coming into the new year. It just takes time to put a strategy together, raise the awareness, check your patterns. And I walk this walk with you every single day, every single week. And we are walking this together for the year. And trust me, when you learn it, when you have somebody holding you by the hand, when you learn it and guide you all the time, you learn it, you will never unlearn it. 1 year and you've got this. 1 year and you know what to do. And if you need another year, I'm here for you. Okay, it is something that will not just change your life, but it will change the life of everyone around you. So I hope I will see you there. If not, subscribe and take care. Bye.